Welcome to the Growth Hacks Experiences podcast, where coaches, founders, and entrepreneurs share their skills, tips, and insights on how to become better leaders, better managers, better coaches. And there we go. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the second season of Growth Hacks Experiences. And it's a wonderful moment because for us, we're already going to go deeper again into one of the biggest subjects of, I would say, from the last decade. If I'm going to say the turning point of civilization is happening at this moment as well. Something that actually probably we'll say about 100 years ago when the industrialization happened. Well, that's happening again now. And today I'm thrilled to have a specialist or friend, Tracey Kitching, today. Hi, Tracy. How are you today?
Hi, I'm absolutely awesome. And I love that we're going all over the world. So it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all the rest of it in between to everyone.
Wonderful. Thank you, Tracy. Indeed. So just to give a little bit of more context to our community, Tracy is a certified consultant. She's an expert educator and content creator with the brand AI Persona Code. Now, we're also going to go around several of her main directions. For example, delivering big ideas, big content. The word big through AI. Tracy, could you tell us a little bit more about your vision, please?
Yeah, sure. No problems. Well, as you've said, thank you for a great introduction there. And thank you for having me on today. I got into the world of AI a couple of years ago now, before it became everyone's buzzword, I suppose, because I was creating content for my previous employer as his social media manager. And, I was spending a full week creating just a month's worth of content. Coming up with ideas, doing ideation, creation, all of that sort of thing. And then the world of AI came across my plate. And as AI has matured and it gets better and better every day, then ChatGPT came on board. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. Even at that beginning stage where it was still being played with, and obviously still today it's played with all the time and enhanced. So I got into it because I wanted to create more time, be more efficient, but I wanted to make sure it was still in the voice of my previous employer, because I think that's really important with AI. I see a lot of things out there at the moment that are written by AI, and you can tell they're written by AI. And so it was really important to me to capture the voice. So along came a mentor of mine, Jeff J. Hunter from The Savage Marketer. He ran a course. Now, he's one of the leading marketers in the world. And he designed a course, and I went through the course, and then he designed a certification program for that. And I went through that, and I was honored to be one of the first 10, should I say, in the world certified, and the first person in Australia to be certified in the AI persona method. And that is the method I use, which is basically creating an extra person in your business to help you out. And they sound like you. It's like a new employee where you train that new employee into how you want things to be done, how you want them to be said, and then they produce that for you. So, and like any normal employee, along the way, you need to tweak that employee and realign it and make sure it's still sounding like you through editing and re-educating it sometimes even. So that's basically what I do. And that's why I got into it, was to create my time freedom from constantly thinking about what I'm going to create for social media on a daily basis.
Wonderful, indeed. And in how we apply all these lessons on a daily basis. takes me to one statistic that I just got in my network, that in Europe they were reviewing how recruiters feel now on companies, about the large diplomas, the large careers, and it was a little bit surprising for me, but the statistic came that over 40% of them, 45% of them, of the recruitings of large companies at these moments, they don't care anymore about their large diplomas or their famous diplomas. They, in reality, are looking for more people with less education so they can completely focus them on AI only. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, look, obviously, if you're a doctor, you need to go to university and use that medical degree. I think in the world of entrepreneurship and business ownership, it's a skill. There's skill sets that you learn on the job. So yes, sometimes you have some training behind you, but AI is there to enhance that. I don't believe that, like, even students at school should be taught how to use AI ethically and how to use it to enhance what they do. Yeah. So, and ethically is the big word, because obviously people are scared. They're scared about AI because it is new. No different to, if some of you are old enough to remember, using a calculator, going from doing pen and paper work to working it out on a calculator. People were really scared of doing that, and they called you lazy if you didn't do the calculations in your head or on a piece of paper. And nowadays there's kids going around, or I say kids, people in their 20s, going around, and they rely heavily on a calculator or their phones. I've got my phone here, heavily on their phone to work out the problems for you. So I think we need that adaptability. We need to be able to look at things with an open mind and a growth mindset aspect to it, and really investigate it and use it ethically. Like, what are the ethical standards that you use around a piece of content? What are they used to do standard operating procedures in a business? What, feeding the AI information and making sure that, all the privacy laws are adhered to. So it's things like that I know businesses are really worried about, because it's the fear of the unknown as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and
I hope that answered it.
yes, definitely. I completely consider as well that we do need to make sure that we have the right direction set up, the right orientation, the right objectives behind why are we jumping into the wagon of AI or this new technology, and having the support as well of like it's a learning curve. I was just
absolutely a mentor is definitely required in this area.
Exactly, and that would ask me as well. Like you were mentioning about being mentored by this Jeff, the marketing guru. And
yep.
How would you define this mentorship have changed your perspective on this learning?
Well, I think for me, it was more about dissecting the information. So I am not a coder. I am not a data geek, as they like to call themselves. My world was not delved into computer engineering. So I lacked the behind the scenes understanding. And that's where, like, prompt engineering, all those sorts of things, that was all brand new to me. So that's where that mentorship, the constant learning of how to tweak things, how to model things, When I look for a mentor, and this is what I suggest for everyone, is when you look for a mentor, make sure they have the same values as you. You know, someone that you can really connect with on a deep level, so you know they're steering you down the right path. Because I think there's a lot of people out there that have the wrong intentions sometimes. Well, they have good intentions, but they may not be leading you down the right path for you. So that's where the ethics come in. And I really, for mentorship, that's what I look at. I look at the ethics behind someone, the integrity behind someone, and the runs on the board, as they say. So, you know, what have they done previously? You know, what's their background? All of those sorts of things that I really delve into. And, you know, Jeff's been fantastic for me. He's someone that has at times held my hand to get me through things. But at other times he's let me go and then pulled me back and said, okay, how could we have done that better? So there's always that learning mentality there for me.
Wonderful. Yeah, indeed. And we also need to crash to and fail to understand the lessons behind.
Absolutely. You learn your biggest things through your failures.
Now, could you tell me a little more about AI persona code as what it stands for?
Yeah, sure. Well, AI persona, that basically, it's like breaking the code of an AI persona. So for me, I specialize in social media creation, like content creation, and marketing material copy. So that's what I specialize in. And I love breaking the code of an AI persona. So that person, that extra marketing person in your business, I love to create that. And so they sound like you, they write like you, they come from a perspective that you come from. So I love delving into that. And that's where AI persona code came from, is being able to teach someone, because my background is teaching. I love to teach. I love seeing people have those light bulb moments, and that excites me. So the AI persona code came about first and foremost to save me time. That's how it came about. And then helping other people have the same light bulb moments as what I had.
Super. Yeah, completely agree. And there are some tools out there that they're mind blowing. And if I may ask you, Tracy, in that sense, could you share with us maybe 2 or 3 quick tips of things that we should be looking out there for the people that actually are already starting? That way, actually, they could already get triggered about what they should be expecting.
Yeah, about using AI? Yeah, sure, no problems. Look, number one, stop using emojis. ChatGPT, when it's a generic post, people know through the amount of emojis that are used. You know, you want to look professional. Your brand wants to be professional. So 1 or 2 emojis on a post, or if it's to emphasize something, then that's perfect. But having 2 emojis, one after the other, at the end of each paragraph, and that's the other thing, is you have big paragraphs, because ChatGPT writes big paragraphs. So if that's not the style that you write in, people will notice. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is give it some education. Okay, you can't just, like, I see all these adverts on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram and TikTok. See all those ads of 10,000 prompt packs. You know, prompts are great if you have given it the background beforehand. You cannot expect a ChatGPT to understand you if you don't educate it. Okay, so that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is really get a handle on what and who your business talks to. Because if you don't have your pillars sorted out, you don't have your values sorted out, then you cannot educate your ChatGPT. You will stay off brand because you'll be all over the place and people will not connect with your content. So they are the 3 tips. Get those 3 right and you're on a great start to using AI.
Wonderful. Thank you, Tracy. Indeed,
No problem.
We're going to make sure, indeed, to also to make to put all the information from your website and the LinkedIn. Would it be the best for them to contact you directly in LinkedIn, or what would be a better way?
Yeah, LinkedIn is my main platform. I am on Instagram and Facebook, but LinkedIn is where I communicate. So I'm very blessed. I have a VA who helps me out. So, and she uses AI persona. So she uses mine and we share that. So she knows exactly how to respond to people. So it's like, as I say, having an extra assistant in your business. So that's probably the best platform to get me on because I'm more responsive on LinkedIn.
Quick question about the building personas. Would you consider that a person can really run a business now just with a chatbots? Like, for example, start creating all their own different chatbots to run a company? Or
yeah, I think you still need human contact. You still need the person behind it to be able to run it. Yeah. So all the setup, monitoring it, making sure it's still putting the correct output out. So I know people are scared of losing their jobs and things like that. But if you arm yourself with learning how to create this, then you make yourself invaluable to businesses. If you're a solopreneur, which I know some of your audience are, yeah. It's great because it takes one job off your hands. So, it's delegating to someone. Like, you still have to spend time on AI to set it all up and monitor it, but you're not doing it constantly. So, setting up a chatbot on your website, setting up the chatbot in Messenger, all those sorts of things you can easily do. You can even link Zapier through ChatGPT into a Google Doc or into a spreadsheet. So, or a million and one other things it can do and make those connections. So you're not, you're scaling down all the steps of the process steps. So you're saving time there, which you can use to strategize or be on calls with your clients, those sorts of things. So that's how I would use it. That's how I suggest to use it. I don't suggest getting rid of a lot of people. You may be able to get rid of your copywriter if you hired me. But you still, you still got that person in there that has to put in the prompts for your social media. It just means they're not doing it constantly. They pull out 6 hours in a day instead of a whole week of working on your content.
Exactly. It's about measuring the outputs and bringing to the next level.
Absolutely, yes.
Wonderful. Tracy, so one of the question that we love to now add to our podcast in sense of reflection, we like to ask a question at the end where we said, Tracy, if you had the chance to put a billboard on the moon and you will be able to put a message out there for the whole world to see, what will be that message and why, if I may ask, please?
Okay, the message itself would be never stop learning and be open to new ideas, because you never know where that's going to take you. So that would be the message up there. The reason behind that is that most people who were born 10, 15, 20 years ago, in their job lifespan, will have around 20 different jobs. So you need to constantly learn. I have had at least 10 different jobs or owned businesses in my lifetime. So I started as working in my parents' business. They owned 2 hairdressing salons and a delicatessen, which is like a mini supermarket. And I started there at 5 years of age. And then I graduated when I was about 12 in their business to then doing all their books. So I got a lot of accounting experience, bookkeeping experience. Then from that, I worked for someone else and in a fish and chip shop and got that customer service experience. Then I went overseas and I got a nannying experience. Then I came back and I got an education degree. So then I got, nannying and teaching experience during that time. Experience as a mother, experience running businesses. I've had several businesses in my time. And, bricks and mortar businesses as well as online businesses. So to be able to do that stuff, I have failed a lot, but I've learnt from it. I've educated myself. I have, even in all of my jobs, I've always done professional development. And hence that's led me to AI persona code, because I had to learn while I was working. I was learning new skills because I was thrown into a position where I had to. And so never shy away from that, because you never know where it's going to take you.
Wonderful.
So I'm very passionate about that sort of stuff.
Thank you very much.
I'm a lifelong learner.
Very good. That was amazing. Thank you very much, Tracy. So everyone from the community, it has been a pleasure to have you today. Thank you for your attention, to listen to us, to share this moment with Tracy, to understand the potential of AI for your business, for your community, for the future of our businesses around the world. In that sense, please, if you have any questions for Tracy, just let us know. Put us on the comment. We will make sure to get you in contact with Tracy as soon as possible. We're also going to make sure to put all the links to her LinkedIn and website as well with our publications. Please share the love. So if you like this episode, if you like some more questions about us, about Growth Hacks experiences, just subscribe, put a like, a comment, always sharing the love in the community. It has been a pleasure, Tracy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ryan, and thank you to your community as well. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day, people.